News. It's Friday AM and we have the freshest news just for you. I'm Natalie Polikova, here today with Klára Vejvodová.
Welcome. Another scandal happened in the Czech Republic. The newly elected president, Miloš Zeman, refused to grant the highest academic scientific title to 3 associate professors.
His reasons are extremely ridiculous. President's speaker said, quoting, "He has everything under control."
The main reason why he didn't want to accept their request was that they used to work for STB, which was a former old communist site.
For further information regarding President's acts, watch us again at 8:10. Goodbye for now, thank you for watching.
The Afghan government has launched a major offensive against Taliban forces near the northeastern provincial capital of Kunduz. The reason for this decision was that the Taliban have come close to the city in recent fighting, leaving it cut off with tens of thousands of displaced people. Jihadists trained by the Islamic State group are fighting alongside the Taliban. This conflict is getting bigger and bigger, and we can only hope that it won't spread to other countries.
Record-breaking numbers of people displaced because of war and violence. 48 million people were displaced within their own countries because of jihadi violence, political strife and civil war. 60% came from just 5 countries: Iraq, South Sudan, Syria, the Democratic Republic of Congo and Nigeria.
After 4 years of fighting in Syria, the ravages of war internally displaced at least 40 per year of the population. The United Nations has officially registered almost 4 million refugees outside of Syria's borders. Many are swept into lucrative people smuggling rackets and eventually packed on a risky trip to Europe.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. A few days ago in Baltimore, in the USA, there was a conflict between the police and Afro-American gangs. Everything started after Freddie's great dad, who was killed by policemen.
Demonstrations started in Baltimore after Freddie's funeral. The policemen want to keep peace and the gangs want to show that they don't agree with the laws. The conflict remains to these days.
The Czech national hockey representation took a bribe from a businessman. The trainer Vladimír Růžička has been accused of taking money from a father of one of the members of his junior team. But he declined having spent the money and claimed that he gave it back to the father. The reason why he received the money was that the father had wanted his son to play in his team.
Růžička sent his statement to the Czech Hockey Union and they don't want to comment on it. The case is now interrupted and will be continuing after the Hockey World Championship, in which Růžička is the main coach of the Czech national team.
The British political battle had come to an end. Everyone was surprised by the results. The Conservatives had completely destroyed their opponents with 331 seats in the House of Commons. The Queen has already agreed on suggestion of David Cameron, current and future Prime Minister.
The headmasters of the USA have released shocking information. They have announced donation of $20 million as a reward for information about 4 leaders of ISIL, the jihadist organization. This reward is still not the first one the USA had announced. They had released information about $10 million as a reward for head of the leader of ISIL, Abu Bakr Baghdadi, before.
That is all for today. Thank you for your attention.
News. It's Friday AM.
Displaced people. Jihadists trained by the Islamic State group are fighting alongside of the Taliban. This conflict is getting bigger and bigger, and we can only hope that it won't spread to other countries.
Record-breaking numbers of people displaced because of war and violence. 48 million people were displaced within their own countries because of jihadist.
The British political battle had come to an end. Everyone was surprised by the results. The Conservatives have had
An organization well known for they had announced a reward of $10 million for head of the leader of ISIL, Abu Bakr Baghdadi.
Do you say the name correctly?